Hello there, welcome back to Simon's Shed and welcome to another layout update on the Shed Valley Railway, which is my N-gauge version of part of the Severn Valley Railway. And it's taken us a while, what is it, 56 updates now, but and I started the layout in 2017, but I think now, and you'll have to bear with me on this, I'm a software guy, so I tend to think of things in sort of point releases. In other words, this, hopefully, by the end of this update, will be version 1.0 of the layout. So yeah, 5 years and 50 odd layout updates, and we finally got to a point where I can say, yeah, I'm happy with, we've got scenery everywhere, we've got a good level of detail, all the tracks working and all the points are working and controlled by the iPad with point motors. So yeah, 1.0 is, or will be, done, hopefully, if this layout update goes well. If not, we'll just carry on, but and indeed anyway, I will carry on continuously updating the layout anyway. I'm not gonna stop. It's just that yeah, it's good to draw a line under it here. You'll hear me explain more about it later, but basically I just want to do a layout tour video, so I wanted it to be in a sort of finished state, or as finished as any layout ever is, and I want to do a full layout tour, so look out for that at some point in the future. But for now, I think we desperately need to get to the layout and try and finish off some bits of scenery, because there's still some significant bits to do. Let's have a quick look around the layout and come up with a plan. So nothing really changed over here, I don't think, apart from maybe that truck. I don't know if I discussed last time, but I put a lot more wagons in the sidings here, just because that's what's really there. Seems to be heavily in use, these sidings, to store wagons, so at Arley. So that's what I've done. Still not done anything with that water, that can stay for now I think. And I was just using Google Maps to have a little look at the area over at the footbridge and try and figure out what I need to add, because yeah, that is the plan, is to kind of get this to a stage where I can draw a line under it in terms of the scenery and the detail. Not because I'm going to stop adding things, but just because I want to draw a line under it and say, right, that's it, version 1 done, and do a layout tour video, sort of starting right outside the shed. How big is the shed? How much track have I laid? What's the track plan? How the fiddle yard works, explain all the scenery and so on, but I really want the detail to be a bit more in a few places before I do that. So this is slightly different in that these 3 buildings are from the kits I showed last time, so I built those, still got another 3 to do I think, and they were for this sort of area, probably around the turntable and the engine shed. So we'll build the other ones of those and plant those 3 somewhere. So I've got some trees to straighten up. That one's leaning over, and that one. Get all that done before we do the layout tour video. But yeah, it's not too bad. The glaring thing really is probably the platform. There's a few figures on there, but really needs a lot of benches and sort of big plant pots and lights, station lights, before I could call that done, and the signs as well. So yeah, the area you saw with that little gate is there, so we were sort of there, so need to add some grass here and a gate up here. But yeah, Google Maps, the sort of drone shots especially of this area have been really handy. So I'll carry on adding that detail. I have done a bit down here actually. I need to build up a platform here for the museum to go on. So we've got a platform along here. That's one thing I could do. And I've decided to increase the sort of classic car and truck show. That's what's going on there. Not sure I'll do it this time, but I might have a go at painting this at some point. 3D printed traction engine. So a few little changes down there. But yeah, let's see how close we can get to getting the scenery, the detail level to where I want it to be before I do the layout tour video. Progress over here. All of the kits for the line side huts have been built, and there's another one there and over there. They were pretty simple to put together, so let's have a closer look. Down here we've got some more sort of patchy weeds and grass and bushes and so on. This area just didn't look right, so put some bushes in there and put a little line side hut down. Could do with a bit of weathering perhaps. I've gone around the edge of the turntable because you can still see little bits of the light grey through there, but I want to make sure that the thing can still turn, make sure I don't jam it up. So I've very carefully gone around the edge of that with some fine turf. I think it's the Woodland Scenics weeds scatter, fine turf scatter. And we've got a couple more line side buildings. I think here is more sort of try to disperse some of the gas bottles and pallets and old bits of fence and so on. Just from looking at what's really there from the footage of my recent journey. Another line side building, and yeah, just a lot more little details to sort of fill in the rest of the scene. Sort of blended that back into the static grass there as well. Have I not done much down the side of here because you don't see too much of it, but again just added some general clutter and old fences and planks of wood and so on, building up a bit of a scene there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that area looks now. Moving down to the platform, I've dug through my little box of electric bits and found enough lights, station lights of the same sort of type, to do the whole platform. I think we've got these as well, but they're a different sort of style. And we've also got, I don't think I'm going to use them, I did find these sort of bigger lights, but I think I can get some better than that. They look a bit strange with the huge sort of bulb on them if you look at the scale compared to a person. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to use those ones. I'll get some more modern lighting, have a look what's really there and see if I can get anything close to that in the sort of modern station bit car park over here. The reason I've stopped now is I'm a bit stuck because I can't fit the lights. I've got a tiny 1.5mm drill bit, but it's not quite big enough And the next one up I've got is like 4 or 5 mil, which is sort of almost as big as that, so it's going to just shred a big hole in the platform. So I ordered some more drill bits and I'll have to wait for those to come. And in the meantime, well, I can add some more details along here. You can see I'm literally just going down a sort of drone shot from Google Maps and just filling in as many details as I can, the same as that sort of Google Maps drone shot. So started with a bush there, and this sort of rectangle of stones will be filled in with plants. I might flash on the screen what it really looks like. So I've got some more of those to build and fill with plants. And I think I've got enough benches. As you get further down there, these are not in the right place yet, but we got benches, and these are the stones I was using for that little rectangle. It's just the just from the rivers and I think it's the Rivers and Waterfalls sort of learning kit from Woodland Scenics, and a load more green benches that I've painted brown to match the others. Oh, and this is here to remind me to tell you about this. So again, when I was there, took a photo of the sign and sort of straightened it up in some image software and printed it out, but I cannot get the camera to focus on it, so just printed that out on A4, so I'll cut that out. Obviously printed it twice for the front and the back. I'll make that into a little sign, and that can go at the end of the platform in its rightful place. Just going to give you another quick update. It's a little while later, but I've made a bit more progress, and hopefully the camera focus is behaving a bit better this time. I don't know what happened in the last sequence, so apologies for any blurriness. But yeah, I realised I've forgotten completely to show you this bit that I said I was going to develop, and I have. So we got the sort of path up to there, to the gate. You can just see it there, and yeah, fenced that off and planted some shrubbery down there. So that's looking a lot better. It's not for now, but along here is where the little ride-on train, the sort of sit-on train, goes, that you can pay £1 and have a go on that, which we did recently. I thought it'd be cool to get a smaller scale, as I say, not for now, but a little train track running along here, but I looked at T gauge, and it's sort of way over scale. I mean, if you look at the size of a person, obviously the size of a ride-on train is going to be tiny, so that might be a little fun add-on to do. It's been 2017 I started this layout, so it's taken quite a while, certainly not rushed it, but yes, on with the update. You may spot down here, it's not glued down yet, but we've got another bit of floor surface, so that will go on there. I'll blend that in, and that can live there and sort of hide most of this joint. You can see the lights are painted and in place. Might need to weather those down a bit, they are a bit bright, but we can sort that. And yeah, done a few more plants in the beds with the rocks around them, and it focuses, hooray! We got the sign, which looks rather good. So yeah, let's get this platform finished. Okay, I changed my mind. I said I was going to leave this, but a comment popped into my head from a suggestion from the last layout update to try some sort of alcohol based chemicals to sort of try and soften this water back up. and tried thinners, which didn't seem to do, enamel thinners, which didn't seem to do anything at all. But obviously I've got isopropyl alcohol lying around, so gave that a try and left it for 10 minutes and then touched the surface, and it was tacky, which is great. So it did soften it. So poured some of this on top of the realistic water, and I'm not going to leave that there because it leaves rings. And let me show you the results. I think we'll have to flip the camera around and get it nice and low down. So here, nothing has changed, and you can see it looks pretty bad. A lot of bubbles going on there. And then over here, you can hopefully see there's sort of a line here where I came up to with the IPA, and it's not perfect, but it's certainly, for a quick, I literally just dumped a thin layer of IPA on top and left it, and then sort of tried to spread it around a little bit with a bit of plastic. It looks a lot better. So I think what I'm going to do is just every time I remember, just do that again and keep going until it sort of flattens out. But yeah, that's definitely a lot better than that. It's given it a nice, it's gone rock hard again. Well, as hard as it ever gets, the realistic water. So it has set again, which is good. But yeah, thanks for those suggestions. It looks like we might be onto something there. And we're done. I am happy with that. Release it. That's version 1.0 done. I'll just give you a quick sweep around. I will film the layout tour shortly, I think. Wow, this tree is actually standing up now. Every time I come in the shed, that's fallen over, so that's good. So yeah, I've done a little bit of weathering on some of these little buildings, just on the roofs, to bring them down a little bit. But most of the changes since the last update are down this end, so a little bit more here. And we've now got more sort of plants, and I've weathered the lamps a little bit on the platform. And we've got benches and people stuck down now. Got a little bit more over here. We've got a signal box there to represent the one that is there. It's not exactly the same as that, but that's one of the things we can fix in version 2. And I've sort of basically gone round and used up all of my fencing that I had left, so you can see some line side fencing over there. Used that all up and made this area look a bit more finished. And yeah, that is the entire layout. So definitely more to come, but for now I'm saying that is version 1 of the layout done. And thanks very much for watching, especially if you've followed this from the start of the planning process in 2017. It's been a lot of fun and a great sort of relaxing diversion. And yeah, now I'm going to run. I can do some running videos now, can't I, as well? But for now, I'll say thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.